Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at building a metal rig using all the Mesa Boogie amps. Today, I'm playing through my number one guitar. This is my Gibson Les Paul, aka Amanda, and let's get to it. Since I know what two amps I'm going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to load in our impulse response, or our cab. So I'm going to use all the Mesa Boogie stuff, but I'm going to use... We may change this out, but I want to do their slanted rack. All right. And basically my idea is that we're going to use the high gain dual rectifier for our, crunch tones or metal tones. And then we're also going to use the channel 1, which is like more of our clean, so we can go back and forth between the two. I'm also going to use probably a tube screamer to tighten up some of the high gain, kind of the classic tube screamer trick. I will also use a cloud reverb that'll activate with the Mesa Boogie clean amp, so it gives us a modern clean sound. What else should I add? Maybe a boost to see how it interacts with the Mesa. I don't have a lot of experience with the Mesa Boogie amp, so we're going to be learning together in this video. All right, nonetheless, I'm going to get started. And to be honest, with my metal rigs, I'm thinking in terms of, on TikTok, every Tuesday I used to do what's called a Tools Day live stream, where I would cover every Tool song for 2 hours, basically. So I'm thinking about developing this rig to support that, just so you guys have some reference. So some things I'm going to need is really cool clean, some delay. I'll also need a wah. I use a wah all the time. So we'll have all this set up to accommodate Tools Day, and then that'll cover any metal song that I ever do. All right, I want to hear the difference between the Marksman Channel 2 and the double rectifier. Ooh, I kind of want to use the Marksman Channel 2. But let me see what tones I can get dialing in the double rectifier before. First things first, I'm the realist. No, I just got to increase this. Let me make sure I'm not clipping. All right, so I'm playing a Les Paul. Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna dial that back just because I am looking at my mixer and we're in the yellow. So, let's see. We will pull back. I want to pull back a little bit of bass, a little bit of mids. Yeah, I'll probably push treble just a hair more. Presence is kind of like your high-end, like super high-end frequencies is how I remember them. You can hear it. Hear that super high-end shimmer. Let's also take a look at the cab. And let's see what we want to use. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And look, on this, I don't understand why they don't do this on all cabs, but this cab already has some cuts on it. It's kind of an aggressive cut. Okay. Yeah, they're doing some aggressive cutting on here. I'm curious if that's just how they I've never owned a Mesa Boogie. A little bit out of my price range, but I would assume that's how they respond. Ooh. Hey, if you guys are enjoying this style of content, leave me a comment below and let me know so I can either continue to push this way or maybe try something new. Anyways, back to the show. I guess that sounds really good. All right, we're going to come back to this amp. I just want to bring in the other amp. So first thing I'm going to do is turn it off. Bypass. Dang, can't use the little button on there. And we're going to add in the clean amp. So we're going to go to amp heads, and we're going to do, I believe channel 1 is the clean. Yeah. Wow, that's a really flat clean. All right, let's see if this acts. Oh, you got to actually click it up. I'm probably just going to flatten it. Just so I don't have a lot of experience with this amp, so I don't know what I like on it. So we're discovering this together in real time. But I mean, what I hope you get from these videos is just my process of how I dial in amps. Now, again, this is going to come into knowing your guitar. I'm playing a Les Paul. A Les Paul has a really good low end. All right, so the EQ out of the way. Now let's put everything flat, just so I can hear how this amp responds. I'm going to put presence down too. Yeah, that's actually a really good clean. It's just boring because there's no reverb in it, but we're going to fix all that here in a second. Let's do a scoop mids. Okay. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to add in a reverb. Sorry, my back's killing me. Getting old. 5 years in the Marine Corps. It's wrecked my body. All right, so we want a reverb. I'm probably going to use that cloud reverb I used in the clean video. I really enjoy this. I already know. I'm going to pull this down in the mix. I'm going to pull back my decay. All right, now let's hear. We're going to do a trick that I showed in one of my first videos that came out. We're going to do some parallel programming real quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw that there. And I'm going to add in a delay. So we'll go to effects. We'll go to delay. Let's do. Yeah, that's a really good clean. I like how that sounds a lot. So what I'm probably going to do is go ahead and go to my foot switch assign, and we're going to do this on and off. Now, it's important that you have everything on when you're programming this. Otherwise, it'll keep it in whatever state that is. Oh, and actually, what I need to do is this. Do multi on off. And since my other amp is off, it'll work. So we're going to do when it's on, it'll be cyan. And when it's off, we'll make it red. And we'll do clean versus dirty. All right. Now let's confirm. Okay, so my clean is really loud, but my dirty channel is not that loud. Yeah, this is still pretty loud, so let me see. Let me pull this back here. Okay. We'll keep that there. And I decided to keep the delay on because I feel like this delay is already pretty quiet, but what it's adding is just like a little bit of oomph, if that makes sense. So it's giving you just a little bit more beef to your tone. I don't know if you can hear it. The delay is kind of cool. We'll see if it dirties it up. Yeah, it really doesn't. But what we're going to do to push this a little bit is we're going to go and add in a green box. I want to try out that other Mesa head. I don't like, this one is a little bit too, it's kind of muddied, if that makes sense. But let me do this. We're going to, oh shit. Noise gate max. All right, let me see. We're going to turn off the graphical EQ. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better, but we still sound a little muffled, so we'll probably push that a little bit. Honestly, let's keep these settings. Let's see what this is. Treble shift. Yeah, I think I like this with a boost instead of the tube screamer. Because a boost and a tube, the way I use a tube screamer with a high gain amp is basically that. Let me think. Oh, I need to add in a wah. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this amp over the dual rectifier. I think I like the way that this sounds better than the dual rectifier. And I don't even have the EQ band set up. I could go in further detail and do that with my Les Paul. I probably need to spend more time with this amp just to continue to learn it. But at least you're getting like my initial thoughts when I'm building out a pedal or a pedal, building out a sound. All right, here's what we're gonna do though. I changed the Q. What was it? Not the Q. The inductor. I like Halo is what I was messing with earlier. And what's the range? Yeah, we're gonna do low mid. Now I have the Fender expression pedal. So I'm going to make the toe switch, turn that on. Oh yeah, then I need to do what? This expression pedal, click that. And now we're going to do position. Yeah, and you can also, I changed the range on it. Hold on, let me grab it. My dog's chilling on it. Watch out, Char Char. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it there. It sounds pretty good. I'm obviously riffing on it, which is good. You know, I just feel like I'm so used to, for my own rock and metal tones, I still use a deluxe reverb with pedals because that's just the role that I come into. So I'm not used to using very high gain amps like this, but they sound good. I would just say it's like a little bass heavy. So maybe I actually do need to turn this back on. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. I had to pull some of that out just because it sounded so muffled. You might be looking at this from a traditional EQ point and be like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" I don't know. That's what my ear liked. I'm just following what my ear likes. So let me see. So I might do the same on this. Let me go in here and turn on the graphic EQ. Whatever this frequency is what's lacking. Yeah, so I think my bass actually needs to be brought down. Yeah. Now let me switch back. I think the presence is a little high. I don't know. My ear doesn't really like that. Whatever that high-end Raz is. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. All right, I think I'm going to call it there. I think this is a really good template for someone to at least grab this and make it their own. And for me, this hits all the bells and whistles that I'd want. We're tightening up our overdriven by using a boost pedal instead of a tube screamer. We have a good switch to a clean, and our clean is dynamic and has like modern, what you would expect from a modern clean. and we're using all the Mesa Boogie stuff, which was my intention because I don't use this a lot. I typically just use a deluxe reverb and put pedals in front of it. So I wanted to do this to force myself to grow and try something new, and we've accomplished that. Hey, as always, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me and this channel. I appreciate all of y'all who jumped over to Patreon and check out some of my lessons. If you're interested, you can see on the screen now the different types of lessons that I offer. It's $5 a month. I release a lot of content on there and put a lot of time into it. So if you're interested in studying things like this and guitar at a greater level of detail, please consider checking it out. There's a lot of good written lessons on there. And for my attitude of gratitude today, I am just so grateful for my dogs and my family and our health. No one is sick, thank God, even though I know there's some sickness going around right now. And as always, I'm just grateful you guys are here, and I'm grateful for the community that I'm building here. So in the comment section, let me know 1 or 2 things that you're grateful for. If you would do something different with the Mesa Boogie, maybe you just have a lot of time with the Boogie amps, leave a comment and educate me, please. This is just me creating something on the fly with my ear to show you my process, and hopefully that's of value to you guys. So if it is, let me know.